Okay, hello, 10B1. Hi, hope you're well. Here is Evil Quiz, and I'm actually going to call this Evil Quiz number 11. What I would like you to do is to, in a second, pause this video thingy, and I want you to write out the simple equation for respiration. I want you to tell me 4 reasons why an organism needs energy. Where does aerobic respiration take place, and 2 features of this organelle that will help with respiration. You're doing this in the back of your books. You've got, 5 minutes. Off you go. So you've unpaused it, I hope, and you're now ready for me to tell you some answers. So, hi everybody, I'm now getting you to put your hands up. You're putting your hands up, and very good. Well done. The first answer is the symbol equation for respiration and word equation is this. We've got some glucose and oxygen, and we're making carbon dioxide, water, and energy. Remember that we don't make energy. That was my error just then. We are releasing energy from the sugar. You have to learn that equation. C6H12O6, 6O2 makes us 6CO2 and 6H2O. There we go. 4 reasons why organisms need energy. We did this just now, last lesson, and the reasons are, these are on the specification, they need them to build large molecules. Mammals and birds need it to release heat. Movement, muscle contraction needs an energy input. And finally, active transport. A bonus point if you can tell me that active transport is. Please all talk into your computers now. Well done. It's the movement of particles against a concentration gradient using energy from respiration. Fabulous. This next question, we said, what was the organelle where respiration takes place? It is a mitochondria. It looks a little bit like that. Very, 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 very small. How small? Tell the computer. Very good. 1 micrometer. And adaptations it has: increased surface area and enzymes for respiration. Righto. How many have you got? Write it down in the back of your book. Hopefully you've green penned, and off we go with this next lesson of our course. It is, oh, there is your heading, the response to exercise. Response to exercise. Write that down in your books, and you've done that. Pause if you need time. Off we go. These are the specification statements. So we are, during exercise, we are saying that the human body reacts to an increased energy demand. Heart rate, breathing rate, breath volume increase during exercise to supply muscles with more oxygenated blood. Okay. I would like you to discuss, discuss with yourself, or maybe somebody that's there, your pet dog or gerbil, and could you jot down, please, as many changes as you can that you think will happen to your body whilst you are doing having a run or working out in some way or other. Off you go. Pause the video. Right, this is what I came up with last year. So our pulse rate will increase, or heart rate, which is the same as your pulse rate, will go up. Your breathing rate will go up. I'm going to delete blood pressure. I don't want that there. Your breathing rate will go up. There might be a change in your body temperature. Here we go. When I say might, there will actually be a change in your body temperature. Respiration releases energy as heat. You're going to sweat. That's as a response to your body temperature going up. I'll teach you all about how we control our body temperature in chapter 12 next term. Next time in the autumn term. You will have a build-up of lactic acid. This is a good one. Glycogen will be used up. Now, I haven't taught you what glycogen is yet. That's a little bit further on, but we actually do need it a little bit in this topic. So, here we are. This little hexagon is a glucose molecule. They are actually hexagonal shaped. They're C6. Each point is basically a carbon. And your body stores sugar in your muscles, not as sugar, but in the form of a molecule, a complex carbohydrate called glycogen. So what happens is you've got enzymes which will stick the sugars together, like this. So when you eat, spare sugar is put as glycogen. Actually, if you eat too much sugar, then once you've filled up your glycogen stores, spare sugar is actually stored as fat. But that's not really for today's lesson. So you build up this molecule like this. Let's get rid of it. Now when you're running, you need to get sugar. You use the sugar up in your blood, and then where do you get sugar from? Well, from your glycogen stores. So an enzyme comes along, snip, 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 and will break these sugar molecules off the glycogen like this to provide sugar for more aerobic respiration, which gives the energy for your muscles to contract. Okay. This is an electron microscope image of muscle cells. They are able to change shape. Now, to change shape, they need energy. So let's think through this next little bit. This is actually a really hard question. Could you tell me, think about this for me, why does your heart rate increase and your breathing rate increase when you run? Sounds obvious. Bet you can't give me a 4-mark answer. Have a go, see what you can do. Now, some of you are just going to let me tell you the answer, but do really try, please, to think through why does your heart rate and breathing rate go up. Off you go. Okay, so you've clearly paused the video and done that. You're now going to look at your answer and see, this is what I think the answer would be. So firstly, what is exercise? Exercise or running is muscle contraction. That needs energy, so we need an increased rate of respiration to supply the energy for that contraction. Now, what do we know about respiration? It needs oxygen and sugar. It also, well, we'll get to that. Therefore, you breathe more to get more oxygen in the blood, and your heart rate increases to move that blood and with its oxygen and sugar to your muscles. Finally, we know that respiration produces carbon dioxide. You've got to get rid of that because it's toxic. Think why? Well, it dissolves and forms an acidic solution. Think about enzymes, what that will do. So we have to get rid of carbon dioxide, so we need more blood moving to our lungs to remove that carbon dioxide. So a complicated actual answer to what you think is a straightforward question. Let's go through it again. Muscle contraction needs energy. Respiration provides that energy, so you need more oxygen and glucose, hence breathing more and heart rate going up, and also you need to get rid of your sugar, your carbon dioxide to your lungs. Okay, closing towards the end of this little session now, have a look at this graph. What is happening to breathing rate during and post exercise? What's happening to heart rate during and post exercise? And why is that happening? Okay, so breathing rate at rest. If you can see here, it's at rest. This is our heart rate in beats per minute. This graph has got 2 scales. If you go on this side here, breathing rate in beats per minute, breaths per minute, up to 60, and then breathing over this side, heart rate in beats per minute, up to 100, well, the top of the scale, 165. So we start running, we look at the red line, our heart rate goes up very quickly, rises up, and then when we stop exercise after 10 minutes, it will drop steadily back down to 0. And the reason for that is that we are providing more blood to our cells, and we are then, when we stop exercising, we don't need as much blood to get to our cells, so our heart will slow down. Breathing rate, same kind of deal. It goes up because we need more oxygen to get to into our blood, and then it drops gradually. Interestingly, it drops a little bit more. It takes more time to drop than heart rate. The reason for that actually is going to be in next lesson. It's all to do with you having an oxygen debt. Let's move on. Little bit of data. Just have a look at this data. You've got an unfit person and a fit person. I would like you to have notes now, please, in your book to the differences that training will do. So what does training, as in physical training, do to variables such as heart rate, breathing rate, and so on? Okay, so your notes, I'm hoping now, would include that something called the stroke volume. Here it is. That's actually the amount of blood leaving the heart during a beat. That's the first box here. With somebody that's trained, the stroke volume has gone up. Your heart can pump more blood out per beat. The volume of the heart increases. So actually somebody that's trained has got a larger heart. Your resting breathing rate, if you're trained, here has gone at 12. Resting means the breathing rate when you are not exercising. That's at 12. An unfit person, it is at 14. You can see therefore the effect of a training program would be to lower resting breathing rate. And finally, your pulse rate, your resting pulse rate, units beats per minute, you'll see this written as BPM. It drops on from a 72 for an unfit person to 63 for a fit person. Now, can I just give you a little bit of a little warning here that these numbers would, you know, don't look at them and think, oh my goodness, my resting pulse rate is 80, so I must be an unfit person. These are kind of like average kind of numbers, and it's the trend, the difference that happens with training that I think is important for you. Okay, here is results from a little experiment I would have done with you. I would have got you jumping up and down. Person 1 here, resting heart rate of 70 beats per minute. After a low level of exercise has gone to 82. After a high level exercise has got to 108. A very high level of exercise, actually your heart rate would go up to 180 possibly, maybe higher. The second person, here we are, and what I should have done is block this off and got you to calculate the mean. I've messed up. You'll have to just remember, calculate the mean is add up, divide by how many you have. Quick sum for you. Can you please calculate me the percentage change in heart rate from rest to low, from rest, let's just do this simply, to low exercise levels. So calculate the percentage change, please. I'll get you to pause that whilst you're doing it. Good. Okay, so here is your equation. Change is difference over original. The difference is 84. Take away 72 is 12 beats per minute. The original was 72. So 12 over 72 times 100. Hopefully you've got the answer of 16.7%. Brilliant. Okay. Finally, I don't know if you can see this graph. I'll tell you what I'll do. This is nice. Zoom in. Okay, good. Could you please tell me which of those statements are true? So pause the video. Which of these statements are true? You've got different amounts of exercise, before exercising and then after exercise, and then your heart rate up the side. Tick which ones are true. And you can press play again. Here we go. Our answers are there. Fabulous. Okay, sorry about that. I just had to quickly pop out. Somebody in the house needed a little bit of help with something. Right. Good. Well done, everybody. And these are your key points. View, zoom so you can see it. 100%. Why I'm telling you that, I don't know. Jot these key points down into your book so you can't see that. And there we go. There are your key points of what you should have learned this little session. There'll be work activities linked to this on the frog assignments. Thank you, and I'll speak to you soon.